Alright, so by the end of this video, you're going to see the car behind us ready for paint. And the car that you can't see over here is already painted. That's nice. So, anyway, let's go get some stuff done and welcome to Old Guy Hobby's Stock Cars. Hobby Stock Cars. Yeah, let's just... Hobby Stock Cars. No, that makes it sound like the stock car's a hobby stock. It's not. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. All right, so here's something I was debating on doing while Professor's lining up the skirt. We're gonna pop the door off, clean that up. So we live in a very small town. There's like 6 businesses and 6 race car drivers. So you know what happens to those 6 businesses? They get hit up by 6 race car drivers every year. So if you would like to see your name on this car, what I'm saying is we'd like to go outside of the small pond and, you know, hey, we're going to hit some big events. This guy's capable of winning. I'm, you know, me. Good or bad, whatever that may be. But if you'd like to sponsor us, hit there. I'm going to put an email here. It's right. Can you see it? It's right there. It's right. I think it's there now. Hit me up. We would love to, like, especially you people at Leinenkugel, Summer Shandy. Look, this car would look great with a Summer Shandy sticker on it.
Or Busch Light.
Sure. Any adult beverage company, we're happy. Any parts companies, we're happy. If you've got a mom and pop business, you can see what we're doing. We'd love some help. We'd appreciate it. Let us know. Man, I hate asking people for sponsorship. But you kind of gotta.
Yeah, it's a necessity.
This is expensive. You know, when I said in the Dubuque promo video that we should throw snow tires on it, I was just kidding, but isn't that a cool shot? Look how that bar is like 100 and plus, I don't know. It's got a wood burning stove for heat. That's it. It's kind of cool. I guess we better go into the... Hey, the snowmobile's outside. We better go into the Rip'em Speed Shop and see what the heck's going on in here.
Oh, there he is with the camera and everything. Oh, rock and roll. We're gonna give it just
so Manny's just drawing his body lines on. That's how he's doing it this year. Just gonna draw them on. They're perfect.
the old soapstone.
Nope, now he'll give her a little kink.
You think we probably give it a little kink even all the way up to here, huh? Because you can see it here. Then we can always straighten it out a little bit.
Show me,
Trying to roll it back into the frame. Gotta get her a little more wow.
Still keeping the hobby stock and Old Guy Hobby stocks. Well, there you go. One trip to the old gigantic shop bender, and she's got a body line. It's 2 body lines, actually.
We didn't draw it at the very front.
Oh, well.
Maybe we don't need it up there. We'll set it up and look at it.
I thought you said you were gonna put one on.
He's so shy. Hi, Milo. What's the matter, bud?
Well,
I know. Turn the camera off. There you go. The old school homemade brake. Manny's gonna hold all the circumcision talk until we're done bending this.
Well, I don't call it circumcision anymore. It's male genital mutilation.
Ouch! Gotta watch my content rating on here. Can't have... That's part of the YouTube... I sign a thing every week saying there's nothing controversial in here. Leadfoot has entered the building.
What's up? Work on race cars?
Getting all the body line bends in there. It's pretty much a complete ride there, Manny.
about 4.5 inches maybe. Nice art.
Here, Milo, let me move the stickers for you, bud. There you go. There you go. All right, so this is the Splinter.
The Splinter out. It's sterile, see?
I want to see.
So am I.
I can't see.
Look at it, it's right there.
So what is it?
Well, it's a little pointy thing there. If you got a piece of metal or something in your finger, you must just poke her in there and...
It's a break off to a different size.
Oh, a little bit of pus coming out of that.
Oh, gross.
Is this old guy hobbies or Dr. Pimple Popper?
You might get another crew of people.
Gushy splinter removed from finger. 10,000 views.
I don't know.
So it's literally just a pointy stick to dig
Yeah.
Ah,
the splinter out.
Daddy, I want to watch monster trucks. I'm back.
So if you need one, you just got to come to the Lafayette County Highway Department and get it out of the first aid box.
You gotta
We thought it was out.
the dirty beast is in there yet.
This is completely sanitary. Boy, if that thing was sterile, she ain't 5 seconds after it hit your finger. Oh, I saw metal hit the floor.
Yeah, I think it's out.
Is that it?
Oh, what a relief.
Perfect.
No, it's single use, but I'm gonna keep it in reuse.
Decal! Here's my
Well, somebody uses the tin. He's always gone. Here, I got one right here. Oh, you got a tin? I got a whole set here. Oh, there's like my 7/16s right here.
Oh, I need a sock. Oh, well, I got that too.
Yeah, I just use that thing.
Need the little one or the big one?
Let's get your sweatshirt back.
Oh, that's perfect.
Aggressive. There we go.
Hit this button here.
What are you doing, Chuck?
Taking all the sharp edges out of here. Professor calls it bead rolling, and then I call it smacking it with a hammer.
One tap at a time. Milo.
Hi, bud.
Still works. Just kind of tighten up.
There we go. Look at that. Look, I'll take my glove off. Whoa. No cuts. Nice. So here's the technical part of this process. We use Milo's dog dish here to kind of get that initial curve going.
Well, I'm sure the kids racing on Daddy's money aren't doing it that way.
The kids racing on Daddy's money, is that what you said, Manny? They're not doing it? They're buying their fenders.
They just buy everything.
No offense to you kids racing on Dad's money. Boy, if you've got that opportunity, you take it. We're doing it the hard way.
At least there's kids racing.
Yeah, we need those kids racing. So did you get bringing on the heart brake figured out on bass, Manny?
Oh yeah, it's easy.
Have you tried it on guitar?
Totally simple.
Have you tried it on guitar?
No, I haven't.
I'm trying. It's struggling.
Did we make the other one of these for the other side?
I believe we did.
But we
I swear we did.
one that was right?
Yes.
The only one I could
Yeah, because we made one. We made one wrong.
The only one I can find.
It's here somewhere. Are we sure it's not in the car? Yikes.
The only one I can find is backwards.
Found it. Couldn't possibly be under all the junk, could it?
That's the one we bent the wrong way.
Oh, well, I know we made a right one, though. I swear we did.
We'll put one in here to come out. I'll put another one up here. It's gonna go into the roll bar in there. It'll come out, hold a piece of ankle iron down, hold our door out.
Cool. So explain what you did to the back bumper here while I was off being fluey.
Well,
Bluish.
when we put our bumper up, basically this back corner of this car, when we got it, was really kind of kicked out here. Didn't stay very straight line down through, so we brought it back in. But this is the Camaro tail cone, and it's dramatically wider than like the Monte Carlo tail cone. By like a few inches. So
That thing is substantial.
Yeah. I like the Dominator tail cone.
That's a nice tail cone. We might go Dominator next year. Good job, Dominator.
But we had to get it to fit on the car kind of right way. We ended up cutting about 2 inches off of it, and we kind of brought the tail cone together.
And then you added some bracing in here and some tube.
Yeah, we added this brought back, so we have a bar that comes across. We're gonna bolt this top down to it, and then.
So I alluded in last week's video that there was a little bit of something weird going on with the fender body line. Professor, he's done all the homework. He's talked to Brandon at BHE.
So
explain what's going on here.
Basically, what we ran into is obviously a lot of people were seeing the car on the internet, and it ended up getting kind of brought up to IMCA's attention that maybe this body wasn't legal on the way we were doing it. And what we ended up doing was pretty much following what BHE made on how they did it.
Sure.
But the concern is that when we made this whole panel, we put this cut in it. And technically our fender now comes on and hooks on at a seam here. It doesn't continue all the way to the bottom like a stock fender does.
Correct.
Normally. So that was the controversy, that was not legal because it wasn't continuing down and we were making our fenders. You can run a Chrysler 300 fender and you can run a stock Monte Carlo fender if you want. You don't have to. You can also build your own, but they have to mimic an OEM fender.
Sure.
That's where everybody thought that it had to come all the way down. We talked with BHE about it, and they said when they don't put like a Chrysler 300 fender on, they end up making them just this way. And then we kind of went back to our official through IMCA, and they felt that we should just leave this one alone, everything's just fine. But with this car being fine, and it was the same deal in the back, you're talking that this should continue all the way to the bottom. The stock car, they're gonna say is just fine. If you stand back and look at the side of the car, if it resembles that it's stock, it's good to go. So we did get the green light that everything's good here. Keep building it just like we did.
We were warned, remember to bring your nose in, which we've already done.
But
so we narrowed that up.
Yep, he said definitely make sure that our nose is brought into the right way,
yes,
which we should be good.
Which we did.
But Manny's car, being an IMCA hobby stock, we had this chunk on here and we cut it off just thinking it would be easier to take this fender off if he had to at the track. Being a IMCA hobby stock though, IMCA said that we are gonna have to continue this piece down and then it will be legal. So technically his is illegal right now with it like this. But it does say in there that we can have, the body panels can overlap. So being the body panels can overlap, we could add that piece that goes all the way to the bottom on the inside. As long as it's attached to this,
okay.
When you take it off, it's still in there, then it's okay.
Okay.
And we have to add that same piece back here. It'll be attached in here and it's just gonna hang behind there. You really won't see it, but it'll make it legal then.
Always something.
When we made this front fender, we tried keeping it as much, kind of building it more stock as we could. We rolled this front corner down a little faster than we probably should have. We make it again, we're gonna have it about that much higher, which continues the exact taper of a stock fender there. So we kind of got a little aggressive with it.
Which is the stock fender sitting right there.
Yep.
So
that's what all this body bend that we tried following all the body bends and pieces on that car. Honestly, right off factory panels. So that's why we put the bends in where we did. So once he gets that in, the side comes down, it rolls back in. He has to close in the inside underneath, and man, he should be good to go. Good.
And again, that's our BHE fender right there that they've fabricated multiple times.
Yep.
So.
And they continue to make them the same way. They contacted Dave, which is I think the director of competition at IMCA, and we should be good to go. They're going to keep making them that way.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it, bud. It's a thankless job some of those guys have, and we understand that. But when you're working on a budget, you do things. Right, man?
Absolutely.
Show the sweet trunk man he got.
Look at the trunk. Look at the are you looking at it? Look right at it.
Put some braces in.
Look at that.
Put some kinks in it. Kind of made it follow his contour. Didn't turn out too bad.
Look at the curve. It fits the curve.
Now if he just gets all the sharp edges off everything, nobody will get cut on this car.
Manny has put a lot of time and effort into this year. Like, this is a good looking body on this car. She's sharp.
Next time they see it, it'll probably be painted.
Painted, and I gotta start making all the stickers and do all that and get her dressed up. See which variation of the Gray Ghost he's gonna end up with this year.
I'm painting everything on ours black first.
Perfect.
It'll be black completely out. Then you can do whatever.
Yep. I have ideas. Talk about your budget racing here. Look at this motor lift plate, engine lift plate. Motor, engine, call it what you want. Look at that lift plate. I swear that's a muffler clamp. And check out Manny's new high dollar drill press. He just wants to prove it works.
Oh, I need to let it. It's all right. It needs to go down.
Come on, what are you doing to us, Manny? Three people
It's been a hot minute since
Three
I've
people
used this
just went to
thing,
old
so
number 7 garage.
Just give me a break here. I think this is how you let it down, but
Hammer?
yeah.
Somebody cue the Jeopardy music. Oh, that's how you get it down.
Down she
Standard.
goes.
The adjustment tool.
Nope, I don't want to go too far.
Oh, yes, sir. Did you get warning I was coming down? No.
Oh, I told jump off that. I'm bored. There we go. Good. I'd call that a working piece. All right, so what we got going here? We're putting a bar behind the back. What are you trying to?
We're gonna end up cutting this wheel well out further, but we want
Sure.
to keep this body out enough that our tire's not gonna be sticking out. So we'll probably leave it out that far. Or do you think we should bring it out a little more?
Entirely up to you, boss.
Because you gotta get them all like,
You do it the same way.
you gotta get them all the same.
So here's what we got for bracing. On this side is the crash bar. On the door. It's got tabbed.
Might have been right, Chuck. Maybe those tabs
be a
were
first.
by design.
It might have been.
They were
I didn't bend them much.
They were bent back a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we can always tap them back. And
Yeah.
Not hard.
We'll see what we got here. I will put the door back on. I should have took it off.
Body lines, body lines. Right, my lord. Well, I've been here for 2 seconds and the professor's moving his truck. And why? Oh, I see why.
It's not paint, it's just thinner.
Just good buzz fumes.
Yeah.
Whoa. Is that the good hobo freight model gun?
You're damn right. $17.
Perfect.
Calendar. You looking at the calendars?
How come they don't have the girls in the
I think
bikinis
that-
on the hood of the car like they used to?
Man, it's too cheap.
Manny, come on.
Save it because it might fit on my car.
Hey, this makes showing off the new, look at that. Look at that new front bumper, all hand built by the professor. You got the old spring steel up front here.
You notice nothing's welded on the bottom?
Nothing's welded. Whatever that means.
On the bottom of the bumper. I didn't weld it.
Oh yeah, I see
It
what
was
you
on the
mean.
ground. I didn't weld anything in the backside yet.
Well, now you can.
But I gotta add them braces. I'm gonna put a little brace in here and here.
She'll be Mr. Plow by the time we're done.
We'll shove them out of the way.
You got all the bracing back in here. All the bracing on here. Bracing in the rear. More bracing, and then of course we gotta do the bumper yet.
Might add another,
I think the hammer is probably not gonna be a permanent
might
part.
add another brace up in here, because this thing shakes around like a fish out of water.
And Manny's got the Grey Ghost here ready for paint.
Manic braces, he uses conduit.
Yeah,
They actually don't work too bad.
I have seen this. Just pounds them flat on one end. She's ready for the paint booth. By the booth, we mean outside. Amanda sanded the entire car last night, and then Manny wiped her down with thinner.
Yep.
That's your paint prep. That's all your paint prep.
car down.
Wipe the car down with thinner, not Amanda.
Well, you know.
Although I bet she was pretty dirty by the time she got off that roof. All right, so explain your paint setup. You've got the hobo freight gun.
$17 paint gun from Harbor Freight.
Perfect.
I got the $11 stand to set it on.
Almost
and I bought a
doubled the
box of these
cost.
filters. Oh yeah, we're going out. Got a little bit of mung in there, but that's all right. We're going all out.
I don't know what mung is. I'm afraid to ask.
Just gaggle it.
And what kind of paint?
Gloss smoke gray.
Perfect.
Rust-Oleum. That way she won't rust.
It says so right on the can.
Oh, yeah. I even got hardener.
Don't get any of that on you, Manny.
Yeah.
It's important your paint booth has a good, clean surface.
Well, since it's wet out, won't be no dust.
Hey, there's all that. The snow finally melted enough you can find all the panels that we were looking for. Manny's leaving just when all the fun's getting going.
The drive-through paint booth.
So welcome to downtown New Diggins. It's a beautiful area. Uh-oh, we didn't compensate for the wind.
We're gonna have to do a little tape job here.
Filtrate for maximum performance. While Professor sweeps the floor, stirs up the dust. That just gives the paint a little texture.
Gives it a little bite.
Helps it bond to the vehicle.
Absolutely.
Runs are free,
Is that enough to do the whole car?
Well, the sides.
That's all you need.
for sure.
Wow. I
I've
figured.
done this a time or two before.
He's painting. Would you look at that? Are you looking at it? Oh, Manny's looking at it. There he goes. Take two. Yep. That's what it's all about. Sitting in the mud, painting the stock car.
I don't really like the way it's coming out.
She's a little sporadic. We got to run in the middle of the door, but that's okay. We're gonna,
Oh, that's all right.
we're gonna put the number right there. You won't even see it. Nose. All the fumes are blowing back in here. There's one side done. Just ignore that. And you never saw that. That's okay. That's fine. Trying to keep the overspray off the brand new fuel cell. Old parts. So it's a little thick right there. It's a little thick.
That's all right.
Looks like it's flowing better now.
A little bit.
It's a lot thicker. That's a 3 C's thick. That's secure thick. Oh boy. Your paint booth got a little messy over there.
Yeah, I probably should have wore something other than tennis shoes, but I should have brought a change of socks.
Perfect conditions. But guys down south don't have to deal with this if it's monsoon season. Plus we also don't have a lot of, poisonous snakes and alligators. That's why we live where the air hurts our face.
Mostly the door.
He accidentally drug the hose across the door. Things happen. It's a hobby stock, and things are gonna happen. It's gonna get dense. That's what I'm trying to say. So what's the plan to touch up the scratches? There we go.
Yep, that's it right there.
Right over the water and all. That's perfect.
I got a spray can. I could sand it down and fix it later.
It'll wash out. Whoa, slow down there, feller. Sign says 30 there, not here.
The second coat.
So is the fan this way or this way?
Yeah, it comes out like.
So we're
Just pull the trigger and you'll see.
Okay. My first time ever with a paint gun. We're doing a complete second coat?
Yeah, if we got enough paint. I don't think we have enough paint for 2 coats on everything. So maybe just put her on light. Oh, look at that. Best I've ever seen.
I've done a lot of rattle cans, but this is new. What's the best way to fix this drip? Just put a bit heavier coat over it,
Yeah,
right?
we'll just fix it later.
Perfect. Good?
Sure.
We're good? All right. Pushing her back in. And just warm her up and let her dry. So the professor just pointed out, if you wonder how much we narrowed up the tail end here and cut it there, there's a good sign. That kind of tells the story.
Yeah, it used to go down there and just kick way out.
Just sucked her in a little bit so that the body line would be a little straighter and cleaner. So there you go. We got one little piece to cut here, but apparently we either lost or forgot to do. Match up this side, and she's pretty much ready for paint. We'll pop it all back off. Obviously got to cut the wheel wells. Gonna have to rework the trunk lid. This will all get final wrap, repaint the roof, and she's ready to be a race car. Let's back up, trying to get an overall view.
The next time they see it, it'll be all painted up. Like Manny's.
And I've learned this week that the biggest part of being down here in the race shop is like Darby here. The people coming in and out of here is insane.
Yeah. We've had a lot of people. That's for sure.
The hard part is getting the work done during the BS sessions.
We got Kerwin on the video.
Yeah. A lot of racers just dipping in and out to kind of see how you're doing, share information, and it's good stuff.
Trying to figure all the secrets out.
Yeah, we don't have any yet. We haven't raced it.
Or they're asking for an engine to get built.
Well, you knew that was going to happen, Professor.
Yeah.
You're in demand.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Professor's got the bars all painted up. They look good. Still got to do the bumper. It's got a little Bondo action going here. Fill that in. I'm sure it'll crack, but whatever.
First ever bondoing I've ever done.
Well, look at the ugly vinyl top underneath. Like, there had to be a split down the center of the roof or something. It's kind of weird.
We gotta get these skirts on.
That's what she said. All right, we're throwing the lead back in, checking our frame height off the ground, making sure that's legal. Tail end of the nose, and then we're checking the height of the front bumper, which is about a ½ an inch above where we need to be. And Milo is very excited, aren't you, Milo? So we added most of the lead that will run, obviously not like that, but frame height now is right at 9. We're at about 40 and a half. You gotta be 40, what is it? 40 what? 42.
Right there.
Check it again.
Yeah, 40.
42, we're way under it anyway.
We're good.
And that brought the front end up. It was 8.5. She's sitting right about 10 inches now. There you go.
Then our little strip will be 3 inches. We'll be able to adjust it up and down to get to the 8.
How to increase viewership on your YouTube channel? Oh, puppies. And Milo.
You can feed Milo a treat. Milo's kind of a baby around the other dogs.
This is Patch's new dog, Bailey.
Hi. Say hi, Bailey.
You didn't find yours under a bridge.
No. Poor Milo. Yeah, it's all marked. I'm just trying to
Figure out
bend one bend this way.
He's in deep thought.
You really don't want to record this. We're going to run out of SD card. or as Jevin calls it, the STD card.
Well, it's pretty complex.
Because we need to go reverse of this one, and we don't want to repeat this first one we screwed up. Yeah. So, but if I bend it, we got a 90 this way. Then I definitely can't flip it the other way.
There's no way you're getting away with not taking this off. It's not happening. There's our first bend.
And again, I gotta go reverse of this, which is on this direction. So yeah, now this one needs to go.
We'll show them what our problem is.
Yeah,
right there.
That's where you run into it. I gotta get to that.
He's got to get that mark all the way up to there, but it hits here. So our brake has the ability to take these bolts out, and we'll be able to push it in a little further.
Need a finger brake. That's what we need, is a finger brake.
Well, this is kind of like one.
I'm gonna start. So that's off. Now we just spin this down and drop that on my foot.
Yeah. Grab that end, I'll hold this in. Perfect. We'll throw it up in the car.
We've got the paint. There's my. All right. Now look at that. Now we can get in there.
I'll jump back on this
Do a
side.
thing. Make sure we get this the right direction.
Oh yeah, right on the mark.
More or less. Now let's make sure that we're going the opposite direction here. So we don't want to end up with two of the same, right?
What do you think? He's thinking pretty hard again.
Yep, we're good. We're good. A little bit of an override, probably too much. Bring it back. Way too much. Perfect. So Patches finally makes it back down to the shop. Guess where Manny is?
Where?
Guitar Center. You believe he went without us?
Where's the invite?
No kidding.
It'd be nice to be invited to that.
Right, puppy?
Right.
Dang it. I needed a Marshall full stack in my basement. There we go. We got that set to the legal height, and there's the piece off the brake that I was working on. Obviously needs to be trimmed up, but hey, that works. We got the Javon here helping us out.
Help him put some holes in it.
Bolting her down. What do you think, Milo? It's a long way from under that bridge in Des Moines, isn't it, buddy?
All right. Drill a hole through that thick steel.
Let's not trip over that.
Get the drill, Jay. Milo, eat the pencil.
Milo's been stealing the pencils.
You might have nodded up. Pencil is gone.
Looking pretty good. Jim's checking the Google machine. He's looking for a new hobby stock.
Yeah.
And that should be the last bend in the last fender, I think, isn't it, Jason?
Wouldn't speak too silly. But it possibly could be.
Should be.
Trim some wheel wells. Bolt this back on for like the 5th time. Seems like all we're doing is taking it off and putting it on.
Pretty much.
This is a tough spot to get the there.
But she's about right. Looking pretty good. Professor's trimming up the back end. It's just all this little stuff that takes so long. But we're down to pretty much cutting out the wheel wells and trim up the trunk a little bit and we're good to go.
Yep, other than the motor, transmission, rear gear, shocks, just those other things.
Hey, BHE's got the shocks. Brandon, what are you doing down there, buddy? Come on.
100%. They'll have us set
You're
up.
holding us up. No, you're not. All right, Professor's got to go pick up his kids. I'm old, so my kids are... One of them's in the Virgin Islands right now. Anyway, got this little guy to put on here. Cut around the wheel wells, but, good way to end the video, right, Milo? She's about ready. We'll pop all this stuff back off, paint it up, and next time you see the car, next week's video should be pretty cool. That's what I'm trying to say. Get the hood already there. That's already done. We got to put some bracing underneath that. But she's looking pretty good. Just trim up the wheel wells, button her up. All the bracing's in. Is there anything else? Shocks, motor, that, you know, all that. But anyway.
We got some welding to do. We got a few braces to put in it yet.
By we, he means him.
A lot of painting.
I don't trust my welding.
Next thing's the painting.
And the Milo.
Maybe Milo will paint it.
I better be black and white. Cool. Anyway. We'll see you next week on Old Guy Hobby Stock Cars Things.
Stocks.
Cars. Doing good. What's the matter, Tim?
So you guys are a birthday. Oh my God, look at her.
Here. First bite of Lawrence's cheeseburger. I'll take that. That works. All right.